Cancer, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your mini bonus reading, general as always. So let's go ahead and get right into the messages that need to come through here today for your mini bonus reading, Cancer. And I don't have any questions in mind. I'm just going to allow the cards to communicate whatever needs to come through here for you. So we're going to start with these two decks by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, the Coffee Shop Gossip deck, and then the Love Me Not, Love Messages deck. So let's get into this and see what it is that you need to know right now. What's your first focus message? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer. Guided to this one. Ain't shit. Oh my god. So maybe this makes sense to you right now. You know, there could be somebody that you're thinking about that you feel that way about. Okay? So we'll have to see how the rest of the cards play off of that one. All right, let's grab another message. And maybe you find that you don't give a shit about someone anymore. Maybe there's just been too much water under the bridge and you've moved on. All right, so let's add a card. Love Me Not. So this deck here, it either says Love Me Not on the bottom or it says Love Me. So this one says Love Me Not. Friends got in the way of our connection. They had a big influence on the way we ended up now. And, you know, there could have been lines that were crossed here. Those friends could have ended up being lovers later on. I have a feeling here that this could have been a very complicated situation where you might have even experienced a tower moment, something really difficult with this person, Cancer. So we're going to have to add to that, of course. I'm going to pull from my Silhouettes deck. So let's see what else you need to know. Friends got in the way of this connection. And the thing is, you know, really, nobody can get in the way of anything in your life if you don't allow it. So that might have been part of the issue here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer. What do you need to know right now for this mini bonus? We do have Dream House. It's not a home unless we're in it together. Take this only if it applies. You know, some of you guys might have lived together, or part of the goals that you guys had was to perhaps purchase a home together. That ultimate dream house, whatever that represents for you. But now that you guys are at a distance and you're not with each other anymore, then it's just four walls. It doesn't represent anything special anymore. And perhaps it might even be feeling a little bit cold in your home because they're not there. You know, and they could be feeling that way too about the lack of your presence in their home. We have melancholy. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed by this blanket of sadness, this emptiness, knowing we're apart, knowing that I'm the reason why. Okay, so someone is admitting fault here. You know, they know that they're the reason why. For some of you, maybe you're feeling that this is you. And you're recognizing that you're the reason why. That can go either way, so take it however way it makes sense. We do have the winter time reflected here. This could have been a particular time frame when things shifted in this connection, when you guys might have broken up. We have the months of December, January, and February that's coming through here. The signs, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Any one of these signs could be your person. You could have these signs in your chart. So this could also be giving you a time frame this year during the winter season when something might shift towards at least communication between the two of you. Certainly the month of December, January, February takes us into next year, obviously. So there's something about that time frame that is trying to grab your attention right now, Cancer, all right? And maybe you already know what that means. So let's add to this with some additional guidance from tarot. So I'm going to pull from my Tabby Tarot Teacher deck. This is actually my Tabby Jingles. We lost her February of this year, and therefore this is a deck that I created dedicated to her. And if you're interested in supporting this particular deck, a portion of the proceeds from the sale of this deck will be donated to various animal charities in her name and her honor, in her memory. And if you're interested in supporting in that way, we'd certainly appreciate it. And of course, I'll include that information down below. All right, Cancer. What else do we need to know here? So there's been a shift. Either one of you recognizing that they're the reason why, you're the reason why things didn't work out. Why it ended. So we've got, I kind of feel this one wanted to come up in the reverse, so that's how I'm going to read it. That's how I'm guided to read it this time. So we've got the Empress here. In the upright, it's a beautiful energy representing the divine feminine. For some of you guys, your person could be a Taurus, or they could have Taurus in their chart. So it is coming up in the reverse, I feel. And what that basically means is, especially your female friends, this could even include family, just overall feminine energy in your life, they're not supportive, okay? It's unsupportive energy. There's also this insecure vibe that's coming through for the divine feminine. So despite what's going on here between you and your masculine, my feminines, you're coming through with this very insecure energy. For some of you guys, it could also represent infertility. Take this only if it makes sense. If part of the reason why you guys broke up is due to infertility and you guys wanted to start a family, but maybe you guys weren't able to do that. Maybe you guys were starting to fight and argue about that. But, you know, that's what's coming through here. Infertility issues for some of you. But we do have the Judgment card coming through, representing fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So what I'm getting here, perhaps for the divine masculine, is that they've had a wake-up call. Maybe they realize the error of their ways, especially if the masculine is at fault as to why you guys are not together. And whatever influence these friends had as to why you guys are no longer together. But this to me represents a wake-up call. It's like an alarm clock trying to grab your attention. But I'm just intuitively guided to interpret it that it's the masculine who's in this transition in their life. You know, perhaps they might want to reach out to the feminine, wanting to apologize, wanting forgiveness. Maybe they've had time to really focus on what happened. Because this can represent reunions. We've got the Magician. Gemini, Virgo could be signs for some of you also. So this is manifestation of your soulmate, of your ideal mate, your partner, letting us know that things can still work itself out here, Cancer, despite everything that's gone down in this connection. It is a rekindled romance, so maybe it's not quite over for some of you, that maybe you guys can patch this up. And then we've got the Lovers card right here representing Gemini again. So it is in the upright. There's a deep love here between you and this person. The sexual attraction. They want to be your life partner here. But maybe it comes down to you, Cancer, choosing, because the Lovers card represents a choice, a decision that maybe you're being directed to make right now. Would you give this person another chance, or do you feel that it's not worth it? I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I feel half of you might give this person another chance, and half of you feel that you're just ready to find love elsewhere. That's just what I'm getting for some of you. You might also be influenced by your friends getting in your ear, Cancer, letting you know it's like, you don't need this person anymore. You got to move on, find love elsewhere. But what I'm intuitively getting here, Cancer, is that you're still focused on this person because you really did love them. You really did care for them. You saw a future with this person. So even though your friends are telling you, it's like, they ain't shit, move on. But your heart might be telling you something else. So that's the message. That is where you need to focus. What your heart is telling you. That's where you got to listen to what your heart is telling you. Do not allow your insecurities and outside influences from friends and other people's opinions to get in the way of making that decision for you when it comes to this love connection. So maybe it might take you a little bit of time, which is why we've got the winter time as a time frame coming through here, letting you know maybe you need that much time to be able to figure things out for yourself. So just honor that. If you resonate with that, honor that. You got to be careful because you might actually be closing the door to somebody who could have really loved you the way you deserve to be loved. Not to say that the relationship was perfect, because I feel you guys had some issues, but I'm also feeling for some of you guys that maybe it's not the right decision to close the door. Maybe just reevaluate the past and why things unraveled. That's why we've got the Judgment card too, because it's also a card of really coming to a point where there is a transition, the opportunity for something that might have really phased out, a relationship that fell apart, and the desire for a reincarnation of the relationship, bringing it back to life, but bringing it back to life with a very different way of interacting with each other. So if you relate to that, I'm just kind of picking up off of that maybe, you don't want to do anything too hastily and closing the door on someone that's probably worth a second chance here. Okay, so let's wrap it up, Cancer, with some final messages from this deck by Angelic Revelation 144, Universal Heart Oracle, Prophetic Love Notes from Spirit. Angels and Spirit Guides, please. For this mini bonus, what's the final message? So, sometimes the influence that our friends and family have on us, it's not the best. And it comes down to you deciding for yourself what is best for you. That's why you've got that Lover's card, because there's a choice and a decision that you need to make. Okay, so we've got this final message. Greater fulfillment and prosperity will be heading into your life soon. You can now lay solid foundations by creating strategies to realize your dreams. You are now ready to expand your horizons and structure a plan forward. This preparation will highlight the necessary steps needed to achieve your goals. And that applies to every aspect of your life. Love life included, career, personal goals, dreams that you might have. Okay, so that's a great message coming forward from your spirit guides and your angel guides. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave it. If you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below. And hopefully whatever part of this made sense for you helps you out. And that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. And I'll see you next time. Take care.